Are you ready for El Nino? Are you ready for El Nino? Simply because the meteorological department is literally saying that in the second week of October, El Nino will be here with us. The biggest story this time is about El Nino. And everyone is talking about El Nino in the country. That is the biggest question. And now, the meteorological department has said in 2 weeks' time, El Nino will be visiting the country. Now, it is expected that El Nino is making a return to Kenya this year. And it's a phenomenon that typically occurs every 3 to 5 years and causes excess rainfall and flooding in the East Africa region. Remember, it occurs 3 to 5 years. And everyone has been asking this question. Hey, it has always been there. And the most recent memory to happen in Kenya was the one that took place in 1997 and in 2006. So you should be ready because according to the meteorological department, it will be above average rainfall. Remember, there's average rainfall and there is above average rainfall. So the meteorological department has mapped out areas likely to be flooding hotspots, including Nyakach, Nyando, lower areas of River Nzoia, Windham Gulf, and lower areas of River Sondu in western Kenya. So if you have a relative, if you have someone who is living in these areas, tell them to just be cautious simply because and get prepared. As we are preparing for El Nino in the second week of October, then it's going to be tough in these areas. And in the Rift Valley region, flooding is likely to occur in Gilgil, Narok Town, and Suswa, while the coastal towns of Mwale and Tana River Delta have also been identified as high-risk areas. Others include Lodwar and Lokicha in northeastern Kenya, where the flash floods are expected to be prevalent due to a high number of seasonal rivers, as well as major urban centers like Nairobi, Naivasha, Nakuru, and Mombasa. And we know where what happens in Nairobi when it rains. We have one of the worst drainage systems a city should have, not only in Africa but in the world. When it rains in Nairobi, all roads get flooded. So what we're just praying for is that Nairobi is ready, the county government is ready for all of these, as we only have 2 weeks. So if it's unclogging some of these areas, if it's unclogging the drainage systems, we should be doing it as early as now. Landslides are expected in parts characterized by low-logged soils such as West Pokot, Kericho, Elgeyo Marakwet, Mount Elgon, Narok, Nakuru, Baringo, Murang'a, and areas around Kilungu in Makueni County. Now, as I've just mentioned, those are some of the areas that are going to be affected with El Nino. So if you're living in these areas, kindly be cautious as El Nino is coming, and it's coming without an apology. Remember, the worst scenario happened in 1997 and in 2006. Remember, according to meteorological department, the country shall be receiving above average rainfall. They've also said that it won't be intense, but who knows, it may change. Now, the El Nino season will run to December. They've also said that there are fears that it may get to January. So we are calling on the government, we are calling on county governments in these areas we've just mentioned to come up with dikes. What do dikes do? Dikes now prevail. We can say that spilling of water when rivers have now flooded. Thank you very much. This is DFT in the morning with me, Alusa. Keep charge. El Nino is coming.